Hey everybody, how are you? Suzette Speaks live on the radio. Grateful that you're here. If you're supporting on Facebook, hit the like button. Please do comment and share. Suzette Speaks is here with none other than State Representative Daryl Campbell, District 99, y'all. He's blessing us with his presence today, talking about what is happening in Tallahassee, giving us a quick update on the amendments that will be on your ballots. And I'm grateful that he's here. So if you're just tuning in, say hi. Let me know you're watching. And if you were with me on Instagram Live, shout out to you. I do Insta first and I do Facebook Live next. So hit the like button, please. Do comment and do share. And if you're in the South Florida area, you can listen 94.3 Miami, 102.1 Fort Lauderdale, 102.3 in North Miami, Hollywood, as well as 99.7. I need to make this public on Facebook real quick. I realized that. But hey, everybody, 99.7 Orlando and 105.3 in Vero and Port St. Lucie. All right. So we're going to be live on Facebook. Just a second.
Like and share.
Yes, please like and share. I'm grateful that you're here.
The voice of the Caribbean.
Let's go.
Voice of the Caribbean.
The Caribbean. All right. Let me get myself together on the Facebook side. I'll plug the Marcia Griffiths one more time. Uh-oh, come on. What are we doing? All this?
Wow, the way you maneuver and balance it.
Yeah. We got to do a little everything here, y'all. This is live radio, FM radio. So we don't get no do-overs. We just got to go for it. And let me get y'all up on the Facebook side. Shout out. Oh, God, they want to send me confirmation codes. Let's do it. All right, now look, we got it. Hold on, let me see. Hopefully it don't pause. All right, confirmation code is something. Ooh, come on now. Hey. All right, I might pause real quick, guys, and come right back.
I know stale news, but it's what you're here.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, no, yeah. No, it's not stale. So a lot of people don't know yet. Let me see. Oh my gosh, can I get it? I want to get my thing on Facebook.
It's a Suzette Speaks live show each and every Thursday and Friday right here on your favorite radio station, Rocking the Nation, the voice of the Caribbean. And of course, Suzette always not only speaking the way she speaks, she's also always smiling. I walk on with a smile.
Yeah, man. Come on, Fire Friday.
I love it.
Fire Friday every
Yes,
time.
indeed.
And I'm so grateful to have none other than State Representative Daryl Campbell with me today. We're going to be doing some heavy lifting when it comes to what's going on in Tallahassee, y'all. If y'all care about this community, it's always good to stay informed with what's happening all the way up in Tallahassee, because what happens up there affects our lives. So I want him to do a quick reintroduction. If you're just joining Suzette Speaks Show live, come on, Voice of the Caribbean, I Radio, every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We do a lot of talking, good information, have a little fun while we're at it. Big up Miss Chin. We gave away a wonderful ticket to the Marcia Griffiths and Friends that will be May 12th in the city of Miramar. If you haven't had your ticket yet, you make sure you go get that ticket, please, because it is important that we support our artists. And again, celebrating 60 years. And for more information, you can go to CaribTix. So right now, I want Mr. Daryl Campbell to introduce himself. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are still here. We're still rocking and rolling. And so I want to reintroduce myself as State Representative Daryl Campbell, District 99,
Yes, having a conversation. Shout out to those watching online. I big up Speaks on all platforms, but I want to get to the business though. So what do you do in Tallahassee? Give us a summary. When you go up there for the 60 days, the lawmaking session is every spring. All the members of the House and all the members of the Senate get together, they meet formally, and they try to, I guess, create laws that improve people's lives. So tell us what it's like being a state rep.
Well, it's amazing. It's wonderful because you're in an area that you know that is highly regarded, and it's a reminder each and every day why we do what we do. But also it's also tiring because it's they say it's a part-time gig, but it's
Mhm.
not a part-time gig at all.
Listen, he was flying in here, he flying on the road. It's always you on the move. So
Absolutely.
you have to serve both in Tallahassee and you have to still serve your community. I
Hmm.
don't think people realize that.
Hmm.
Oftentimes we get caught up on the lawmaking side, but to know what the needs of the people are, I mean you still have to be among the people and listening to the people. So you just came from an event, for example. Where did you
Absolutely.
just come from before you
So
were
I
here?
came from Central Charter School,
Mm.
talking to the middle school kids about civics and getting engaged. And it was roughly about like 50, 60 kids in the room. And they all had amazing questions that I was thoroughly surprised about.
Wonderful.
And they came with it. They came with it. It was myself and Representative Mike Gottlieb.
Okay.
And so we educated them on, and we talked to them with a real eyesight of what the conversation is. And they talked about issues that were in Ohio, in Texas. They talked about gun permits. They talked about the abortion. They talked about
Wow,
everything.
the kids know, y'all. Sometimes we think the kids don't know, but the kids know. And it's
Hmm.
important that we give them the information that they need. And I'm trying to make sure we get all the information from you, sir. So I'm going to pivot quickly. I want to talk about Amendment 3 and Amendment 4. Tell the people what Amendment 3 is. These will be on your ballot, guys. When we go to the polls, hello, November 5th, right? It'll be here before we know it. There are some ballot initiatives. These are things that are being proposed by groups who want to see it in the Florida Constitution, but it must
Hmm.
be up to the people to vote yes or vote no and put it in there. So let's start with Amendment 3. What's Amendment 3?
Okay, so Amendment 3 is getting recreational marijuana onto the ballot. This would now make it legal for us to have recreational marijuana in the state of Florida. And so it's something that has always been a conversation that folks have really tried hard and really wanted to push the issue on that. And so now that we are having this conversation, it looks like it's going to, well, it looks like it is going to be on the ballot, and we're hoping that people vote for this.
So you're voting yes or?
I will be voting yes, but I also remind people that as we are talking about the conversation around marijuana, uh, let's make sure that we talk about how it impacted Black and brown individuals, how they was used against us and criminalizing us. And so as we're talking about getting these stuff legal, let's also talk about decriminalization of that. And so those folks that are currently in jail, because we know we have a plethora of folks in jail for minor marijuana charges, they should now be given a lesser charge or be let go so that they can be productive members to our society.
That's right. So you bring up so many good points there. State Representative Darrell Campbell in the studio. Suzette Speaks Live. And I'm grateful that he's here educating us, y'all, on what's going to be on the ballot. If you're watching on live on YouTube, if you're watching on Voice of the Caribbean online, hit the like button, comment, share, let us know you're watching. And if you're watching Team Replay, thank you so much for showing love. Suzette Speaks here with State Representative Darrell Campbell, District 99, talking about Amendment 3. That is the marijuana, as they say, the herb amendment. He's voicing to us or letting us know why he is going to be voting yes in support of it. And one of the reasons he's given is that because marijuana has been used to put people in jail that look like me and him and you, predominantly brown and black people, that it is something that we have to look at when we're voting, right? You can't just vote for the first thing, the president. No, you can't just vote for the two top things. Someone will skip the judges, want to skip the amendment. You can't skip the things on the ballot. You have to read the entire ballot. And what's important is you can go on your supervisor of election website and see it before you go. So you can educate yourself like we're doing today on what's going to be on it so it don't surprise you and you don't feel like you're not educated on it so you skip it. No, we want to talk about it from early, from no. And Amendment 3 again is for, if you vote yes, the legalization of marijuana and putting it in the state constitution, right? So we're looking at why that might be a good thing. Again, you can agree, you can disagree, but you want to look hard on these amendments and vote your how you feel. You know.
And another thing that a lot of folks are going to be talking about as we we get deeper into this conversation about recreational marijuana use is the added benefits towards it. And being a social worker and doing what I do with dealing with counseling individuals with mental health issues, we always talk about anxiety and depression, but we know that there's been a lot of research that has been done uh, regarding the recreational use of marijuana and how that has played a pivotal role in a lot of individuals who are struggling with symptoms of depression and symptoms of anxiety to be able to function appropriately. And yes, you'll have people on the other side argue that it's still a drug and all this other stuff, but at the same time, alcohol is a drug and that's legal. And it's still
Someone out here tobacco.
absolutely,
Depends.
absolutely. And so it's one of those conversations that there's been ample amount of research. We've seen it in other. We have it's fortunately here in the state of Florida, we've had opportunities to see other states implement recreational marijuana and seeing how it has really impacted and really helped their economy in boosting that as well. And so
So wait a minute. So you think the little people are going to be able to fit? Like the last time we voted on
Yep.
this, y'all. And if you were listening to this conversation saying, didn't we vote this already? Don't worry, because that was a few years back. And then what happens is when the people vote and illegal and make it legal, sometimes the state legislature, the state representative, House of Representatives, and the state Senate go back and kind of close the laws back down on the thing. So they only gave a certain amount of license, and it was only big producers, and you had to have certain amount of money liquid, and little people couldn't make no money off of it. It was like back to the hands of those with power and with money. So this time with this legislation that's on the ballot for everyone to vote on, everybody who goes to the polls, before sometimes you do early voting or on November 5th, is going to see Amendment 3. Do you think it will have an impact on the everyday person? Because one thing that really I want to see the use of kind of encourage, especially end of life. You see, when you have like cancer and those things, them pain that people don't understand those pains. And when people are suffering, I do believe, me personal, that it's a good way to make sure people are comfortable and they are not in pain as they face some really terrible diseases. I don't know if that's written up in the law. Well, the little people, the people who are sick, who will be benefiting most, you think, from legislation like this, Amendment 3?
Well, I hope everybody benefits in some capacity because that leaves as an option for them to very utilize, especially if they're struggling with certain disabilities, certain things that's impacting them to function appropriately. Because the idea and the way we're designing this is to make sure that it's something that helps promote
Right.
promote life and the ability to enjoy life in a way that you wouldn't be able to enjoy it without it. And so, do I think it will help the little people? Absolutely. Now, regarding if more people will get into businesses, of course, we'll see. We've seen an uptake of that. I think that early stages of it was people talking behind the scene, trying to deviate who's going to get the
licenses
money.
and
Yeah,
everything.
where's
That
the
was a
money going to
big
go?
craziness. So hopefully this free up the thing
As-
and allow
yeah.
more people in it.
And one of the things that there's been advocates around and talks about is making sure Black and Brown individuals
Yes.
have the opportunity to be able to make some money off of this and sell get these licenses to sell.
Yes. And broaden up the team and not make
Absolutely.
it just a few big. And again, it was like the whole downstream. One person hold a license to grow, to process, to sell, to put it in the shop, to wrap it, to PS it, to everything. I was like, how can one person own all of these licenses? This is the government picking winners and losers.
Yep.
But nonetheless, this is on the ballot. So you will get to decide. You, the people, we, the people, get to decide whether it goes in the Florida State Constitution. Let's pivot, Representative. I'm here with State Representative Daryl Campbell, District 99. What up, Lauderdale? What up, Woodson Meadows? What up, Plantation? Let's go. He is of Jamaican American descent. Proudly, let's go. And he's been one of the hardest working men in Tallahassee, bringing home legislation. I want to ask him what he's most proud of in just a moment, but I also want him to touch on Amendment 4. Listen carefully. Amendment 4, it has to do with abortion. Now, again, in our community, there's so much taboo, but we have to talk about the thing straight and plain. Right now in the state of Florida, if you didn't know, We have a 6-week abortion ban right now. As of May 1st, the Supreme Court has ruled that no person or childbearing person, we have to say no, they can't just say woman, they have to say childbearing person who has the ability to, or life in danger, all this other stuff, if them seek this type of what I call medical service. Because if your life in danger right now, it's not clear the way the law is written what that means. So it's putting doctors in a bad situation, is putting women's lives in peril, because the doctor have to try to lose them license and say, okay, are you close enough to death or not for me to give you this, to me, medical termination of your pregnancy if the pregnancy is not viable. Let's talk the thing. So right now, most women don't even know that they're pregnant at 6 weeks. Let's talk the thing. So by the time them go doctor right now, you'll be flying. Buy your ticket, sis, because no place in the South right now, we are one of the most restricted areas of this country right now when it comes to women's reproductive rights. Let me talk the thing. So when you look at your body and whether you should have autonomy over your body, whether it should be you, your doctor, and your God, or government going to tell you what to do with your body, you better think about how you're going to vote for Amendment 4 or not. Because right now, they might try buy people ticket, because the next closest states that allow for termination of pregnancy after the 6 weeks is like Virginia, North Carolina. Everybody can't afford to go to New York. Go look about the thing. Are we going forward or are we going back? I want to ask, I'm putting you on the spot, sir, because I'm passionate about this thing right now, because women's health care matters. Women's lives matter. And this is going to impact our community. So when it comes to Amendment 4, what will we be voting on November 5th?
So when it comes to Amendment 4, we're going to be voting on ensuring that that we're able to have women are able to have the choice of an abortion longer than the 6 weeks and the 15 weeks early, that we had previously in law. They say to validity. And so
to viability. To viability until the point of viability. Yeah. So it'll be longer. It would be longer.
It will be longer. The thing about that is, which is great. We need the people to vote on it. And as you mentioned and highlighted earlier, is that whenever we put and these ballots on these ballot initiatives in, and we vote for it, the state tends to find their way back into
legislature.
And so what this now does, it puts that into the Constitution
of the state
and
of Florida.
The Florida Supreme Court now gets to make that judgment of what that is.
Right.
And so that's a good thing.
Right.
Now we celebrate the win. It's like a win, and then also we still got the things where in the legislature you feel like you win and you lose at the same time.
Right.
So the loss is that right now in our Supreme Justice, majority of them are conservative.
Oh, you guys are Republican.
Republican, conservative. You can call it what you want. Yes. But they're mainly being put in place by our current government. And so what my fear is, and what I'm watching is, and what I will be watching as we're going down this path, is making sure that our legislature does not play into this. They're going to play. We're going to see some things come through the pipeline to really try to sway the courts to judge or say this is that and this
is illegal now. Yeah. You put in the Constitution, but it is invalid. This is a terrible thing. The Constitutional Amendment ballot initiative. You have to get how much people have to vote to pass this, to pass the Marijuana Amendment 3, and you're going to vote yes on Amendment 4 as well?
I am.
So he's supporting Amendment 4. You can look these up and make your own decision, but yes is to put it into the Constitution, a woman's reproductive right to choose beyond the 6 week, which is the law now. Right now, you have 6 weeks. If anybody go to doctor after 6 weeks and something wrong with them and something wrong with the baby's not viable, there's nothing in the state of Florida, again, until it gets to the life of the mother. And there's a couple of exceptions, but very narrow. And some of them are very murky, unclear.
Egregious.
So yeah, exactly. So you don't have enough exceptions for all the women that need it, right? There's health care. So when you look at Amendment 4, a yes vote is to put it into the Constitution. But again, as State Representative Darrell Campbell just pointed out, sometimes the state legislature, once again, the House and House of Representatives of the state of Florida and the Senate of the state of Florida will come back and try to limit the right. But hopefully the Supreme Court, which has approved the language for this ballot initiative to go forward, they have to review it and before it gets to the ballot. But how much people have to vote for it to pass?
So the majority of individuals have to vote for this. We have to so
I think it's 60%. 60% has to vote yes on 3 for the marijuana to get into not the marijuana, the legislation to support the right to use marijuana. To get into the state constitution, you have to vote yes on 3, and to support reproductive rights, you have to vote yes on 4.
Yeah, the great thing is that in our polls that we are seeing now, 66% of people nationwide are for abortion.
Even a lot of Republican women. Let's talk the thing.
Absolutely. So we have right now from the polls, we have the votes on our side, but like I said, you can't trust polls.
You have to vote.
You have to get out there and you have to vote. We have to have everybody show up. You know what's so interesting about this conversation that we're having is we've just seen the enactment of the six week
ban.
We also see the conversation surrounding mental health care and how women maternal health for Black women are being at an all-time high. Like how are Black women dying at pregnancy higher than when they did when they didn't even have the technology that we have. And so we're not seeing that. We needed that support is something myself and Senator Rosalind Osgood from District 32 has been really pushing and manifesting and making sure that we provide those resources. We talk about it, we present doulas, and we have some initiatives coming up in the next session that we're trying to really bring back and really trying to push as we get into law and get closer towards that conversation. Because at the end of the day, my community is made up of black folks, and I want to make sure that we are protected. I want to make sure our women are protected because I love me some Black women. I love my Black women, and so I want to make sure that me representing you at the state level and as a Black man that I am empowering you. I am protecting you because I want you to know that you are loved no matter what, and I am here to support you in any capacity that it looks like. And so this is how we do it.
The passion, we love the passion. What are you most proud of? We have about a minute left. Okay. I know you've been doing a lot of work up there. People don't even know what y'all do. People, you fight every day. Tallahassee full. Right now, the Republicans have a majority. So for any Democrat to get anything passed, they need Republican support. People don't understand what they call a supermajority.
Yeah.
So right now, mostly of the 120 in the House, that is a supermajority of Republicans. That means they can pass anything they want, and there's not enough Democrats to stop them. 1 minute, sir. Tell me what you're most proud of.
Man, I could talk on this for a long time, but we're going to keep it 1 minute. What I'm most proud of is my ability to not only get in and meet people where they're at, no matter what side of the aisle they are on, or what their beliefs are, but also to listen and figure out how do we make Florida a more balanced state and not something that is far right or far left, but right in the middle. How do we find that? And being able to have those conversations with people that I necessarily would not have those conversations with, or with different perspective, has helped really, really, really so much in us being to progress as a community and as an entire state of for religions.
Yeah, I love it. Listen, most people are really just in the middle, This polarization has to stop. This you against me, and you are that, and you're evil, and that. We're human beings. We're in the state of Florida. It's so beautiful for all of us to enjoy. So I agree with that sentiment, sir. How can people follow you or get more information about where you're going to be speaking or what you're doing?
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram at Rep Campbell, on Facebook, State Representative Daryl Campbell, or just put in my name, Daryl Campbell, and add me on Facebook. People, that's what everybody's doing.
Hey, let's
Nobody's going to the state rep. Hey, so we're posting there, and then we're also on Twitter. And then I always tell people, shoot us an email, sign up for our newsletters. We are sending out newsletters every month. I'm not going to inundate you with emails. No, but you're going to get a newsletter from us once a month just to let you know what we're doing and all the town halls that we have. We have 6 town halls coming up in the month of June. Wow. 1 in each city and 1 virtual, so that we can actually target some of the younger folks and those people that have not been able to make it. But please be on the lookout. We are going to be rolling out those dates, and we're going to be making sure that you have accessibility.
Be in the city, y'all.
Absolutely, we are here.
Thank you to State Representative Daryl. I need like a clap track. Burn up. Okay, now we clapping for an amazing interview. Thank you for all this information. You heard the man. Follow him at Rep Campbell Instagram and State Representative Daryl Campbell on Facebook. I want to thank you guys for listening. This has been Suzette Speaks live on your radio every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Voice of the Caribbean INI Radio 94.3 FM Miami 102.1 Fort Lauderdale. Follow me too on social media. Suzette, my thing I grow, wanna come follow me. Suzette 1Z2T Speaks. Big up on yourself. Fire Friday. Make sure me see you on Marcia Griffiths May 12. You hear it? All right. Love you. Have a great week. See you next week, y'all.
Perfect.
We take it right to the wire. I would talk for 5 more minutes, but it's literally time. That was great. Actually, let me get off of this in this live. Thanks for watching, y'all. Hit the like button and share.
Sure. Bye.